Hello? They lost.
Let's go! Do you have a humiliation kit? This is all I ask you to do.
I'm having a great
Finger flick. You're allowed to show up. This team is ruining my life. I'm taking crazy pills. With you, wherever you are, welcome to LFR.
Hello, friends. Steve Dangle here. I'm in my friend's shed in Kemptville, Ontario, because I was just at a book signing in Ottawa, Ontario. And it was great. And it was fun. There were so many people there. Dozens, hundreds even. Talking about the Leafs, wearing their jerseys, sharing their enthusiasm for the team. And how did the team repay them? They freaking lost.
I was upset.
Leafs lose 5-2 at the hands of the Pittsburgh Penguins. Can we shout out my friend, first of all, for letting me borrow his shed, but also decorating it? Look at that. His wife grew up in Ottawa. This is her blanket. Enemy territory. Rugged. Signed Johnny Bauer picture, but the most valuable part of it, the hockey card that he got in a box of fish sticks. These are the kinds of fans that we are. We look for hockey cards in boxes of fish sticks. You know, one of the things I wish they still put in fish sticks is goals, because they have been hard to come by recently. So let's talk about it. Are the Pittsburgh Penguins very good? Penguins fans who are watching this right now, I'm not going to turn the knife. Okay, I will. The answer is no. Do you want to lose to them? No. Do you want to lose 5-2 to them? No. Did they lose 5-2 to them? I mean, literally, yes. But what if you use mental gymnastics? 2 empty netters. The Penguins got 2 power play goals. Penguins still can't score at 5-on-5. The Leafs were pretty good at 5-on-5. If you want, you can trick yourself into thinking this game wasn't a big deal. But, I know you're not the kind of person who could trick themselves into thinking that. Otherwise, you wouldn't be watching this YouTube channel, would you? No, this here is for the broken. Because I get it. You're looking at the standings right now, and you're like, wait a sec. Everything's fine. They're in first, or at very least fighting for first in the division. You look at some of the other teams out there, what did the Leafs really have to complain about? They just lost 2 in a row in regulation for the first time in 18 games. That's a decent amount of games. But, do I do it? I'm going to do it. Someone asked a question that I was going to include in the questions portion of the video, but I think it deserves to be asked now. To soften the blow of the question, I'm going to ask it while slowly gliding across the room on... What is that? It's a dolly. Why do they suck with Matthews? Okay, they don't. They might. Okay, here's what's very frustrating. Austin Matthews is clearly one of the best players in the league, right? He scored 69 goals last year. That's a nice amount of goals. But then when he was out, the Leafs kept winning and winning and winning. They nearly went undefeated without the guy. And people kept asking, wait a sec. Wait, do they even need him? And they were mostly kidding. And then every Leaf fan, okay, sorry, not every Leaf fan, just the broken ones, so like you guys, started asking, hey, what happens when Matthews, not if, when Matthews gets back and they start losing? And I said, that's ridiculous broken talk right there. And then it happened. And I'm going to be honest, it's getting difficult to talk around, and I don't think it has anything to do with him. I think it has everything to do with this goofy crest, and I don't know how to explain it, and I would love for Gregory to. I would never call him Gregory to his face. He would beat me up. Listen, me and my big mouth. Here's what I think has screwed the Leafs up recently, because are they struggling to score some goals? Yes. The penalty kill has been, and because there's so much personnel change going on up front, Max Pacioretty came back and he picked up right where he left off, taking so many penalties, playing well in between the penalties, but taking so many penalties. That's sucking up all the attention and all the oxygen. The big problem? Boy, the Leafs miss Jake McCabe. Chris Tanev and Jake McCabe were, by the metrics, one of the, if not the best shutdown pairs in the National Hockey League for the time that they were together. McCabe has missed the last few games. I think it's starting to catch up with them. They still have Tanev, they still have Riley, they still have some very capable players, but like, you have one of the best pairs in the entire league, and then one day you don't, it's probably going to affect your hockey team. And you don't have Yanni Hakanpää either. And I like Philippe Myers, but Morgan Riley is currently paired with a dude who is not normally in the lineup. It screws up one of the Leafs' biggest strengths. It makes it difficult to accentuate their other biggest strength, which is goaltending. And it screws up another one of their biggest strengths, which is their penalty kill, which has consistently all season long been in the top 10. Like, look at this here. I'll finally start talking about the goals. Look here in front. Ricard Raquel, go to the net! Okay, so he goes to the net, which is good, and that's what you're supposed to do. seems a bit easy. He tips it in, he ended up getting credit for it, and the Penguins score, it's 1-0. And we're sad and mad about it. But then the Leafs take a page out of their book and they say, hey, why don't we do that? Hey, Mitch, can you do that? He does that. Mitch Marner, go to the net! On the rebound, Mitch Marner continues to make me look like a fantasy genius. Why wouldn't you pick him? Why would, it's a contract year. Are you out of your mind? Anyway, he scores on the rebound and it's 1-1. We're happy about that. I'm galaxy braining all this, right? We're talking about the forwards. We're talking about, hey, do the Leafs need their best player? We're talking about the injuries on defense. We're not talking nearly enough about the friendship bracelet that I got at the signing today. It says Go Leafs Go, and I like it very much. I'm fond of it. Here's something we should talk about. Weird bounces. In hockey, we don't like to use excuses about bounces because after all, the puck is made of rubber. But I'm sorry, the last 24 hours have been unhinged. The game-winning goal from the Washington Capitals game went off of a ref and in front of the net to not one but two attackers. Going back to the Predators game, what the heck was that Jonathan Marchessault goal? We all forgot about that because the Leafs won that game, but what was that? Then we go to the second Penguins goal. Off the end boards, and it's like the hockey gods just went, Brian, this is for you. Don't look rusty when you shoot it. Brian's like, why is God trying to make humorous small talk? And then he scored because the puck just showed up on his stick. And you look at how the Leafs tied it. Move it around. This guy, that guy, that guy, that guy, that guy. It was their best power play that I think maybe they've had all season. William Nylander puts it on, and the reason the shot looks so good, Matthew Knies, go to the net! That's correct. You didn't need to shout it that time. William Nylander ties it, but did you see? Did you see the master's degree in algebra that went into making that goal a goal? And now the previous power play goal was just farted out by the Penguins. I don't expect Craig Berube and his coaching staff to be like, well, you know, they just farted that one out. Probably not why he makes all the money. That's probably why I'm just, you know, some YouTuber. But it's kind of weird, right? Preds game, Caps game, now this. And the game-winning goal was the same deal, and it was very leafy. Oh, not the leafiness. No, we need to do it again. Not leafiness! Again, yeah, it's a penalty kill. Don't take penalties. It's bad. Yeah, the puck's made of rubber. It's hockey. Stuff happens. It's bad. But it goes off of a skate and directly onto the stick of, is that? No! What happened to the 5? He used to wear a 5! No! Michael! What's his middle name? Bunting scores. Please don't let this end up being the game winner. What was it? It was the game winner. He doesn't feel like participating. Penguins get a couple empty net goals. I thought Wool should have been pulled way before that. The Penguins are the worst third period team in the friggin' league, dude. The Leafs couldn't get one on them. They got one on the Leafs. There you go. You lose back-to-back games. So I guess my question for you is, where do you land in all this? Was this just a fluky game? These two games happen to be back-to-back, or are you picking up on a trend now? Because dating back to the Preds game, which they won but wasn't the best, the Blackhawks game, which they won but wasn't the best, that's at least 4 straight games where the Leafs did not meet the standard that they've set for the season. Questions. 2 different people asked this back to back. Why did the game-winning goal have to be Bunting? Why did it have to be Bunting? Because whoever said the meaning of life was to pursue happiness lied to you, and I think they were mean to do that. They gave you hope for no reason. None. Hope is the gift that keeps on taking. Why would you do that? You know why Michael Bunting scored the game-winning goal? Michael Bunting scored the game-winning goal because... Did Drew bleep that? I hope he bleeped that. Steve, the refs literally have sticks now. That picture is horrifying, and I gotta tell you, I am used to watching the ref basically hold a stick in their hand all game against a team wearing black and yellow. They just usually don't play in Pittsburgh. And lastly, we're always asking about the Leafs, never asking about you. How was your day today, Steve? I hope it was good. I know I've been doing a lot of yelling, but like I said, I got a friendship bracelet. I was pretty happy about it. I did a book signing in Ottawa today at the Pinecrest Mall. Pinecrest. Indigo. Yes. So many people were there. I signed books for like 3 hours. Met a bunch of people that I met in 2019 when, okay, if any of you were there, the first book signing, there was a dude who just brought a basket of green bell peppers there and just went up and down the line handing them to people. And it was funny. It was a funny bit because I don't like green bell peppers. But then these people are just standing in the line with a bell pepper. And when they got to me, they're like, do you want the bell pepper? I'm like, no. And at the end of the signing, I distinctly remember the manager coming up to me and we were making niceties and hey, that was great and everything. And then he goes, what do you want me to do with the peppers? Throw them away! Also, the most famous Sens fan in the world, no, not Ryan Reynolds, Brian 5 or 6 was there. It was a good time. This time around, Julian McKenzie was there. That was pretty cool. Got to see him. I got to experience sub-zero temperatures and snow. I missed that. We won't focus too much on that or it'll get weird. But seriously, it's a great way to be. It's a privilege to be able to go out to, a book signing. That's so silly. For my second book. So if you came or thought about coming, I get, you know what? It's the thought that counts. And then I got to hang out with my buddy and he fed me chili and beer and we watched a game together. And that is a good night, win or lose. Would have been better if they won, but he had nothing to do with that. He handled the chili and the beer and it worked. So let me know in the comment box down below. What do you think? Is there cause for concern here? Do you have faith that the Leafs will pick it up as December rolls along? Because I tell you what, December will continue to roll along. This is a 15-game month. You've built all this cachet in the standings. You can't drop the ball now. But for now, that is it for this one. Thank you very much for watching. Click like if you liked this video. Click subscribe if you really liked it. Tell all your friends, I'm on wheels. Wee!